much done there. No charge to have a look.
You shouldn't do much work.
Be done.
Aren't you finished yet, Initiate? I'm quite fond of horses. Lightly salted, roasted over a roaring flame. If you grew up eating gua, you'd understand that riding a horse is just a waste of good food. Here, your gold.
Kor brought Tannik home injured but alive. He told me you went after the Grand Sermonizer. Tell me, has the deed been done? Simbar was one of our best. To allow himself to be captured like that. I didn't think that either the Grand Sermonizer or the Order of the Hour was capable of such a feat. Why go to all that trouble, I wonder? Black armor. I've heard rumors of such a warrior, but to seek the location of our sanctuary. It appears we're at war with an unknown adversary. I need to think about this. By the way, Tannik woke up and asked to see you.
Don't worry, Tannik. A cask of mead, and you'll be back on your feet in no time.
Shit, your mead tastes like bee vomit. I think I'll pass.
Oh, Tannik, I hate that this happened to
You
you.
worry more than the matron, Hildegard. I'll be as good as new before you know it. Ah, the new blade has arrived. Give us the room if you would, Kor.
Certainly, Tannik. But I still expect you to be completing contracts again in a few days.
I'll do my best not to disappoint you.
Take your time, Tannik. I am going to go say a prayer for your quick recovery.
Kor and Hildegard mean well, but they're worse than a couple of mother hens. You're alive. Does that mean the Grand Sermonizer is no longer with us? not certain what kind of magic the Grand Sermonizer placed upon Simbar's body. But I'd be dead too, if not for you and Kor. I'm indebted to you both. And I'll make sure that everyone remembers Simbar's bravery. He refused to give up our secret, no matter what the Grand Sermonizer did to him. It does make me wonder about the warrior who was able to defeat him, though. Simbar could easily best me in a fight, and that warrior bested him. If you encounter her again, don't underestimate her skills and abilities. She's hunting the hunters, and that's a game I have no desire to play. A chance to beat your record. How many of the Sermonizer's priests did you murder anyway? Seriously, New Blade. Stay sharp out there. The roots of our trouble stretch deep below the soil. Things are gonna get worse, my friend. Mark my words.
Stealing rotten tomatoes and other refuse from stable master Semiral's midden heap.
You're alive. I hope someone else isn't. Nothing like a Khajiiti bazaar to alleviate boredom. If you find yourself in a rut, spend an hour browsing the stalls. Just leave your purse at home. Come to think of it, don't. Hunting the cut purse who robbed you is an even better cure. Your pay.
Quality wares.
Felt so happy. Hail and well met!
I beg of you.
What can I do for you, assassin? If you need proof of a Red Guard's tenacity, just look at Castle Sentinel. Can you imagine forging a thing of that scale and beauty in such a wasteland? Always give a Red Guard a few extra strikes before calling the job done. Speaking of...
Have you come to hear the will of our Night Mother? Yes. The Night Mother whispered to the listener, and the listener has spoken. Our dread father demands blood. Before we begin, I offer you a chance to truly impress our dark patrons. 2 challenges. Complete these tasks and receive additional rewards. Just be sure to kill the target. As long as they die, our dread father will be satisfied. You must go to the sewer tenement. I hear it's remarkably cozy for a sewer, full of the little comforts that put our targets at ease. that make them careless. You'll be considered a trespasser, so if you want to avoid a bounty, you should avoid being seen. The sewer is a tangled nest of tunnels and cisterns. Even the most wary assassin can be caught off guard there. But we are much more than assassins, aren't we? Complete your task without alerting the residents of the sewer tenement to your presence. I'm eager to see just how swift you are. This is the perfect opportunity to put your speed to the test. An overseer stalks those sewers periodically. My challenge is simple. Kill your mark and escape the sewers before the overseer arrives. Any common footpad can murder someone. It's knowledge, refinement, and discipline that set a true assassin apart. Show me that you're truly committed to your craft. Use poison to kill this target. An Argonian called Augier. He's organizing a search party to look for a Nord maiden who disappeared a few days ago. Alas for poor Augier. That maiden does not want to be found. Kill this lizard. A healer named Talrahal. Our client is convinced that Talrahal let his brother die. It's nonsense. The brother had Nahartan flu. There was nothing this healer could have done. But that's neither here nor there. Kill this healer. Do not dally. A throat awaits your blade's sharp kiss. You've returned alive. I trust your quarry does not share that luxury. Well done. What about the challenges that I posed for this task? A soul has been sent to the void. Pity that you weren't able to complete both of my challenges. But there's no sense dwelling on your failures. Here's your reward. Return tomorrow. There is always work to be done.
The litany has begun. The listener said you would come to me. The listener sent me to deliver the litany of blood. I placed it before the Night Mother's shrine. She said the book is meant for the killer who tasted death. While that could refer to anyone in the sanctuary, I believe she intends it for you. A test, perhaps? A message, most certainly. Your brothers and sisters have gazed upon it and seen nothing but blank pages. They found it to be comforting, calming, but totally empty. Perhaps your eyes will see something more. Go and look at the litany of blood. If you see nothing, then you aren't the one I supposed you to be. The listener sent me to deliver the litany of blood. That's all you need to know, and more than I want to say. The listener and the 4 speakers make up the Black Hand, the ruling council of the Dark Brotherhood. You might even say she's the leader of the council. The listener hears the words of the Night Mother and whispers them to the speakers. As blank as the stare in a dead man's eyes. But go ahead and see for yourself. I'm curious to find out if the listener is right about you, if you can see what's really there. Tell me, assassin, what did you see? So the listener was right. Tell me, what did you see? What a blessing you've received. The Night Mother has chosen you to fulfill the litany of blood. Let me ask you this. Did the passages make any sense to you? Of course. The targets must be marked in some way. Easier than I would make it, but who am I to question the listener? It's clear to me that you must decipher the litany of blood and kill the targets inscribed on its pages. What else would a book provided by the listener contain? Determine each target and assassinate them. Beyond that, the will of Sithis isn't for you or I to question. Your task won't be easy, but the listener has faith that you will succeed. You've been given a sacred duty. Perform it well and bring honor to the Night Mother and your sanctuary, assassin. Your brothers and sisters would kill to have been chosen for such a task. There are no wrong people. The Dread Father welcomes every soul you send him, aside from your brothers and sisters. Obey the 5 tenets, and you have no fear of invoking the wrath of Sithis. The listener required someone special for this task, but the Black Hand wasn't sure who to assign it to. The Night Mother always provides, though. You can read the litany. I'm sure there are clues among its words. Did you have a brush with death? It would fit, and it would explain your special sight. The reason you can read the litany. The last part is easier to interpret. Make ritual offerings with your sacred blade. The assassin's blade you were given access to when you were initiated. The Blade of Woe. It's a symbol and a sacred instrument, the will of Sithis made manifest. I'm sure the blade will play an important role as you complete the litany.
Ah, friend. Am I glad to see you. It's Hildegard. She never came back after she went to say a prayer for Tannic. I think I could use your help. After Tannic was injured during the Grand Sermonizer incident, Hilda went to pray for him, and I haven't seen her since. No one has. It's not like Hilda to just disappear without saying a word to me or Astara. She loves temples, but the trouble in Kvetch made her avoid the big cathedral. Lately, she's been visiting the great chapel of Dibella in Anvil. I think the ritual soothes her, you understand? Will you come to Anvil and help me find Hildegard? I'll meet you at the chapel in Anvil. Hopefully we'll find Hilda curled up and sleeping under Dibella's statue. Just be careful when you get to the city. The Pirate Queen hates the Brotherhood almost as much as the Sermonizers do. She likes to commune with the Divines and with nature. And she takes on contracts like the rest of us. So it's not that unusual for her to be away from the Sanctuary. But with the recent attacks against us, I can't help but imagine the worst. I hope she's alright. But who knows what to think when the world turns upside down? Someone's been murdering the murderers. If Hildegard's been hurt, or worse, I don't know what I'll do. What are you implying, Initiate? Hilda is like a sister to me. Ever since I found her, I've been trying to help her come to grips with her situation. She may be a werewolf, but she's a good person. The Brotherhood is lucky to have her. Why is that so hard to believe? She's an excellent tracker and a ruthless killer in werewolf form. Sometimes she brings back body parts she's still gnawing on, but who hasn't gotten lost in the moment a time or two? And I always clean up the mess. The Pirate Queen hates everything she can't control. The Count of Kvetch, the Primate, us. She wants to rule the entire Gold Coast. But we're not willing to just roll over and give in to her demands. We're independent, and we like it that way.